Bellieri. Melash moves in with Sturz, back across, bouncing puck. That's picked out by Desbo. And the Czechs will advance to the semifinals for the second consecutive year with a decisive 9-1 win over Switzerland.
This game was never close. The Czechs showed the form that has made them the top team so far this tournament. Even the little bit of adversity of the early goal meant absolutely nothing as the Czechs romp and feel great about their game heading into the semifinals.
Switzerland's World Junior Championship comes to an end once again in the quarterfinals, as the Czechs will advance to Wednesday, their opponent to be determined. Lots more to come from the World Junior Championship. Here's James Duffy.
Boy, look at the heartbreak. You saw Tilio Biasca for a moment there. The captain of the Halifax Mooseheads. Boy, 3 wins in the preliminary round, but it ends. It wasn't even close in this one. U.S. and Germany coming right up just moments from now from Moncton. The final game from Moncton at these World Juniors. And then, of course, later tonight, Canada and Slovakia will decide the final spot in the semifinals here at the 2023 World Juniors. Pre-game show starts at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Yes, that Swiss team, really the story of Group B with those 3 wins all in shootouts or overtime. There was never a chance at overtime in this one. Completely dominant performance by Czechia. They'll play for their first medal in 18 years on Wednesday.
The Avenir Center in Moncton, New Brunswick, with Game 3 of our quadruple header. It's the U.S. and Germany. And thanks to its win over Finland in the preliminary round finale, the U.S. enters this knockout stage as Group B champs. And its prize for finishing first? Well, that would be a date with Germany, who won the game it needed to against Austria to avoid relegation and book its spot in these quarterfinals. And a very happy new year to all of you watching along across this country. I'm Laura Dykin, joined alongside our analyst Dave Reed. This is our final game from Moncton, who have just been terrific hosts for the last 10 days. And it was quite the way for us to celebrate 2023, as we have 4 quarterfinal games on tap, 2 already in the books. It was a wild end between Sweden and Finland in our opener here in Moncton. So Sweden through to the semifinal, and joining them will be Czechia. A convincing victory over Switzerland. The Czechs haven't hit the podium at the World Juniors since way back 2005, and now the North American teams are set to take center stage in the final 2 quarterfinals of the day. Well, that loss to Slovakia a few games ago now feels like a distant memory for the U.S., who come into this knockout stage, Dave, looking very, very dangerous, and they've just been getting better and better how throughout this tournament. And we knew coming into it that the top line would probably be dependent on to score a lot of the offense and get things going, and that's exactly what's happened. What makes this trio so dangerous out there?
They've got a little bit of everything, Laura. They've got the playmaker in Logan Goalie, they've got the shooter in Jimmy Snuggerud, and they've got the guy who works the corners, gets the puck off the boards, and creates a lot of space in Cutter Gauthier. All 3 of these young men are first-round draft picks. 2 of them, Goalie and Snuggerud, both play University of Minnesota. Cutter Gauthier is in Boston College, but they are so dynamic dynamic. When Cooley has that puck, he has vision, he understands where the game's going, and Snuggerud is a pure shooter. He loves to get ready, set up in the slot. He's got one of the best shots in this tournament, and Cooley looks for him all the time. They're big, they're quick, and they just seem to understand where each other are. With Cooley and Snuggerud playing together in Minnesota, it makes a big help. These three guys played U18s. They played at the National Team Development Program together. They've been together a while. They're very comfortable with everybody, with each other on the ice, and their awareness is absolutely tremendous. And they've got better every single game.
Balanced scoring has been the name of the game for the U.S. here in Moncton, getting it on the blue line as well. Leading the way there has been the captain, Luke Hughes. Over 22 minutes of ice time per game, and that is tops on Team USA.
Well, he can play that much because he's such a great skater. He just glides over the ice, much like his brother Jack and Quinn, who plays for the Vancouver Canucks and is also a defenseman. Different style than Quinn. He's much taller than Quinn, but he can dominate when he's on the ice. He's one of a few players in this tournament that can go end-to-end, pick the puck up behind his own net, and take it all the way to the offensive zone, create great offense, sees the ice so well from the back end. And again, he, along with the top line, their game's elevated since the start of this tournament, and that's what's going to put Germany in a lot of trouble today.
The U.S. is hoping history doesn't repeat itself, because in the summer they finished 4-0 in the preliminary round. They won their group, but then were upset by the Czechs in the quarterfinals. So yeah, looking for a different ending to the story here today in this quarterfinal. We are just moments away from puck drop between the U.S. and Germany. Our final game at these World Juniors in Moncton is next.
Hey Siri, send Fred 20 bucks for some barbecue. He's about to get smoked.
Switch to RBC and get the new AirPods Pro at no cost.
The Bell & Howell Bionic Spotlight, the outdoor motion sensor light that is motion activated, so it automatically turns on the instant motion is detected and turns off when the motion stops. Bionic Spotlight is solar powered, so there's no expensive wiring or batteries to change. Simply place it where the solar panel can soak up the sun and you're done. You can get it all. 2 Bionic Spotlights backed by our 5-year warranty for one low value price, and the shipping is free. Bionic Spotlight is all you need. It's guaranteed. Here's how to order.
With Sweden and Czechia on their way to the semifinals, Team USA will look to punch its tickets into that semifinal as well with a win over Germany. USA very much the favorite in this game, going 3-1 in the preliminary round. Germany just one win, but a win it needed to advance to the quarterfinal. Referees for this game, Andreas Harnerbring of Sweden and Tomas Hronski of Slovakia. And your linesmen are Spencer Knox of Canada and Daniel Konch of Slovakia. Nikita Kwap will give Germany the goaltending it will need. 9.51 save percentage, number 2 in the World Junior Championship after the preliminary round. And 17-year-old Trey Augustine is 3-0. His save percentage is 7th. His goals against average is 4th best in this tournament. Tobias Hafstreiter has played in 2 World Juniors, 5 World Championships, and an Olympics for Germany. Took over the junior team in 2019. And Rand Pecknold is head coach of this USA team. His first time behind the bench. He has been the head bench boss at Quinnipiac since 1994. Germany and USA quarterfinals of the 2023 World Junior Championship.
Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome in quarterfinals. That's why we're here. Enjoy the game, okay? Gotta go. Okay, let's go, guys. White.
And go we will. Barons lays it on for the captain, Luke Hughes. Quickly for Cutter. Gauthier fires, and he missed the far side. Trying to go high glove on Kloppman. Germany right back in on the attack. Julian Lutz takes it wide in front for Rosby. Rosby centers. Cordler got a whack at it. His stick snaps. Vidul at the line will play it back down low. And now that top line for Team USA back in on the attack. Gauthier along with Snuggerud and Logan Cooley, but this is an icing call.
Cutter. Just before the draw, Cutter Gauthier getting ready, taking a little deep breath. The face-off is won. D to D and then quick. Luke Hughes right up to Cutter Gauthier. And Cutter Gauthier, who can pick the corners, he misses by quite a bit there. I'm not used to seeing Cutter Gauthier miss by that much, but...
That a set play?
Yeah, well, I think absolutely it is. And you kind of shift the team with the D to D, and then you go diagonal. We've seen the U.S. do that, post up that winger to try to get some open ice. They certainly got what they wanted right off of that play.
Ryan Petahar tried to get that ahead, intercepted. Team USA in on the attack. Rutger McGordy throws it up front for Chad Lucius. And Lucius couldn't drive that one through and banked off the boards and cleared out at center for Nicholas Hagel. Back it goes for Peart. Peart sends it on. Ufko gets it on to the line. Rutger McGordy couldn't get anywhere. Jackson Blake follows up on the play. Circles looking for some open ice. Not much open ice as Herning turns him over at center ice and chases him back. Pass up the middle, grabbed off, and Chaz Lucius will try and take this in. That gets turned over. And right to back up for Krenning. Philip Krenning plays it through. Mike Oswald tried to get a handle on it. Kent kept it at the line, though. Comes back. And a shot from Nils Elton. And that didn't get through. Flex back up at center. A little bit of room for Elton. Gets it inside the line. It doesn't get deep, and right back up for Tyler Boucher. Boucher trying to cut around big Adrian Klein. Klein ties him up. Boucher stays on it. Klein gives him a bit of a shot. And the puck battle ensues in the corner. Red Savage trying to pull this out of the pile. Quarterfinal action. Team USA and Team Germany. Puck sports free and picked up at center, and Kester will send this into the Team USA zone.
Dennis, you talked about a big German team, and they are big. They're going to be able to lean on the USA. They might not be able to skate with them, but in those close contact battles, they'll be able to hold their own. So they also want to try to use the free ice and create some seams where they can use their skill and quickness to advantage.
Sean Behrens will pump this right back in. Comes around the board. Brindley, big hit on the far side as Brindley takes the check from Leon van der Linden. Zimmerman, who came into the roster after the injury to Yannick Proska, sends this in deep, almost a turnover there as Lucas Hoff trying to go after a loose puck. Plays in the Western Hockey League with Edmonton. Right back in. Luke Hughes trying to join the attack. Hughes trying to send that back around the boards. 3 goals and 4 points in this tournament for the captain, Luke Hughes. To the front of the net, bounces off a stick. Gauthier jumps on it. Gauthier gets pinned to the boards by Hordler. And the puck snapped off the boards. Not getting a lot on that was Petahar, who started the season in Swift Current in the Western Hockey League. Now plays in Bern. And this goes up. Did it get into the netting? It did not. It's batted away from the front of the net by Rossby. Kept in at the line. Ryan Ufko trying to come backside, looking for Snuggerud. Ufko stays on it into the slot. Logan Cooley scores! Ryan Ufko sets it up. And Logan Cooley with his 3rd of the tournament has Team USA on the board early.
So if you're Ryan Ufko, you're in the offensive zone. He's got good puck skills, real good head. So he sizes it up. He goes, I got Cooley, I got Gauthier, I got Snuggerud. Okay, let me just figure out who's going to be open. A little stop behind the net. Logan Cooley moves right into that spot. Quick hands between the legs that go up. That's 1-0. Nice little backhand dish. Logan Cooley with the fake. It's 1-0. Pretty nice, sweet little play by Logan Cooley. And imagine you're a defenseman, though, or any player, and you go, Cooley, Snuggerud, or Gauthier. Can you go wrong?
That's when you have the short shift. But that's how you you get better, I guess, is by playing against good people, good players. This gets set in by Sean Behrens. Klopp will let it go for Klein. Klein gets tied up on the far side with Jackson Blake. Trying to center that with Chaz Lucius. It was deflected away, bounces back to the line, kept in. Lucius has it again. On for Blake. Blake blocks it in. And Blake's shot looking high blocker, missed the target. Lucius after it, plays it back for Hughes. Hughes dances his way in. Hughes takes it wide. Comes back to the front, tried to go high short side. Klopp makes the save. Jackson Blake on the loose puck. Dishes it off for Hughes. Cross ice for Sean Behrens. Behrens will walk it in. Back for Hughes. And Klopp got a piece of that as Luke Hughes was left all by his lone. Rutger McGordy circles at center, leaves for Boucher. Boucher tried to bust his way through, could not. Back out at center and fired right back in by Lane Hudson. Battle in behind with Philip Badul. Plays it to an open corner, makes its way all the way up the boards. Philip Krenning is there. Krenning will drop it off. Ketzer carries in, lifts a wrister high and wide. Comes back to Badul. Badul gets it loose. Oswald will send it back in deep. Kitcher going in after it. Bump there on Middlestat. Oswald trying to center. And this is picked off by Sam Lipkin. Gets it on for Red Savage. Through it goes for Lane Hudson following the play. And Sam Lipkin trying to stay on side, but that back leg wasn't long enough.
Dennis, you were describing Luke Hughes as dancing in the offensive zone. Well, this is dancing on ice. And his ability to get himself open, to free himself of any type of checking, he's in the middle of so much, and that just squirts out between the left arm and body of Klopp. It would have been 2-0.
Goalie from Ryan Ufko and Jimmy Snuggerud. Third assist of the tournament for Ufko. Scramble in front, cleared away by Kwok. Goalie and Snuggerud now tied with Logan Stankoven for second in tournament scoring as they pile up the points. Kenny Connors gets squeezed out there by Philipson, and the puck cleared around the boards. And Germany on the regroup. Banked off the boards by Ryan Badahar to center and no further. Back in for Brindley. Brindley trying to bust his way through. Gets away. Connors short side try. And the first penalty of the game is going to go to Germany. It is going to be the defenseman Ryan Badahar who will go to the box for the hook. Team USA up 1-0 here in the first. Power play next.
Hey, what are we doing for the Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup this year? As much as we can! That's good! What about donating clothes? That's good. Washing cars? Got Mom an ice cream?
With dementia, you're adrift. By combining research with a full spectrum of care, Baycrest is pioneering breakthroughs. No other organization leads more researchers working to defeat dementia. We believe 50% of dementia cases can be prevented, but we need your help. Donate now, and together, we'll create a future without fear.
There's Ryan Badahar, who finds himself in the penalty box. A real good challenge. Kenny Connors, he's taking it to the cage, and there's the hook. Stick inside. Connors pulled down.
Face off, and this comes outside the line. They say that Luke Hughes brought it back in. Play called on the offside. Luke Hughes comes into this game averaging 22 minutes and 2 seconds of ice time per game to lead Team USA. Last year at the World Junior, or in August at the World Junior Championship, he led Team USA. His average ice time, 22:02. Exactly.
Well, and he can carry those minutes. I mean, he's such a great skater. He played on a bad leg in that loss to Czechia in the quarterfinal, and you know, we were expecting him to ultimately leave the game, but that's not in Luke Hughes' DNA. He was going to gut it out, and Luke Hughes at 50% is still better than just about any other defenseman available.
Logan Cooley has taken 73 faceoffs coming into this game. That leads Team USA in faceoffs taken. Cross-ice pass that just got tipped away by Thomas Heigl. Cooley trying to go cross-ice again, and again Heigl got a stick on that. Comes back for Hughes, on for Logan Cooley. Goal line it goes. Boucher plays it back. Hughes the shot from the high slot. That went wide. Comes back for Logan Cooley. 10 goals and 25 points in 19 games at the University of Minnesota for Logan Cooley, the Arizona draft pick. Hughes, cross-ice, cutter, Gauthier hammers that in, and Hughes trying to keep it in, has to go off his right skate and out of play.
Nikita Quap is such a quality goaltender, and you know, that's a really good push across, right to left, and Cutter Gauthier doesn't leave that puck on his stick very long, and it's a live shot by Cutter Gauthier, and you can see the puck squirt off the chest protector of Quap.
Nikita Quap, 6'4", 203 pounds, 19 years of age, a Carolina draft pick. To the goal line it goes, cross ice for Jimmy Snuggerud. Scramble, Quap is down and finds it. That puck doesn't stay on Jimmy Snuggerud's stick very long.
Sure doesn't, and this is a really good play by both Jimmy Snuggerud, how he's so good at getting open and always leaving himself with space to get to the puck, and then a really good play by Quap reaching out. There's Snuggerud arrives at the right time. That's such a key, because if you can mark a goal scorer like Jimmy Snuggerud, you can take away some of those chances, but because he moves in at the right time, he's difficult to mark.
Nackett comes for Snuggerud, backdoor deflected, score! Chaz Lucius got the first tip. There may have been a second one in front. And Team USA with the power play goal, a 2-0 lead.
So real good face-off win in the offensive zone, and then the quick shot to the slot. Snuggerud's looking for the pass shot, and off the skate, off the stick of, I don't know, did it ever hit Chaz Lucius' stick?
Might not have.
Yeah, I don't know if it, couldn't tell on that one, but Chaz Lucius has terrific puck skills and hands and tight.
Well, for now, they have given it to Chaz Lucius. Power play goal for him. That is his third goal of this World Championship. And Ryan Ufko and Snuggerud with the assists on that marker, so we'll see whether or not they do change that. But the bottom line is Team USA is up by a couple. We'll take another look at it here.
There's Jimmy Snuggerud, and I don't think Chaz Lucius ever touched the puck. I think that'll end up being Jimmy Snuggerud's goal. Jimmy Snuggerud was trying to hit Lucius's stick.
Team USA back in on the attack. For Snuggerud, that would be goal number 5. Terrific tournament for the St. Louis draft pick. Backdoor play by Ryan Ufko, scores! Red Savage. And Ryan Ufko's having himself a game.
This U.S. defense is very active in the offensive zone. They're very confident and comfortable being in the offensive zone, and they're comfortable being below the dots and below the goal line. And Ryan Ufko again, gets down low. He's got his head up, and just a picture-perfect pass over to Red Savage. A real nice little release by Red Savage here, and the puck comes perfectly on the stick. Ryan Ufko, 2 quick assists here, the first 8:39.
39 seconds in between the 2 goals, and Team USA out shooting Germany 9-0 and leading 3-0 here in the opening period. Lane Hudson will take that in. Hudson puts on the brakes in the corner. Being watched there by Nils Elton, part of the August group. There's a chance in front. Charlie Strabel has his first goal of this World Junior Championship, and it's 4-0.
Nice play by Gavin Brindley below the goal line, just feathering it in there perfectly to Strabel. But the U.S. right now, they're moving unimpeded. The skill is just too much for Germany. And nice play down low, and then Brindley, good play again. A beautiful play by Charlie Strabel. Behind the German defender doesn't know where he is. He slides perfectly into the lane, just redirects it.
So 2:39 and then 2:21. You do the math on that, it's 3 in 1 minute. My math is correct.
Tobias Almstreiter, I mean, you're 9 minutes into the first period in a quarterfinal game. You're down 4-0. I don't know really, what you're going to do as a coach.
Germany offside challenge.
Well, I guess you look for an offside challenge. Trying to take one off the board.
So the officials will make their way to the penalty box. They will have a look at that. Team USA went 4-0 in the preliminary round in August, and then got upset, I guess, by Czechia in the quarterfinals. And yet, when you see what Czechia has done in this tournament, I don't know if it was as much of an upset as we maybe thought it was initially.
Spencer Knox and Daniel Konks from Slovakia. Spencer Knox from Canada. Daniel Konks from Slovakia are the ones on the headset. This looks pretty quick here.
Not sure if, I think the officials kind of felt we need to speed, because in August and even in the previous one, we had some long delays. They've been good.
After reading the review, it was determined that the play was offside. We've got no goal.
So Tobias Almstreiter gets one off the board. The fans are cheering for Germany.
Well, we saw him there. He's going to try and use this as a bit of a rallying cry to
small victories. I would say early in this game, that's a small victory. 12 seconds put up on the clock. Also look at the offside, then they got to reset the clock to when the offside occurred.
So forget what I said about 3 in a minute. Peter Gauthier puts this back for Barons off of his stick. And a chance in the high slot there for Philip Krenning. Back in for Gauthier. Gauthier banned on the shot, stays with it, drops it off for Sean Barons. Barons cross ice, and Luke Hughes ripped that one wide, and Krenning to the line, doesn't get it out, and now it will get poked out at center ice by Oswald. Bounces around inside the line. Bosser plays it up. Ketchner will carry it in. Ketchner puts on the brakes, tried to slip that through for Luka Hoff. Comes back out at center and right back up for Logan Cooley. Dropped it there for Peter Gauthier. Back it comes for Logan Cooley. Cooley being watched. Couldn't get a shot away. Kept it at the line though. Peart goes cross ice. Lutko drops it off. Peter Gauthier trying to get that to the front of the net. It comes off the leg. And Vanderlyn will pick this up and bounce it up to the Team USA line. There's a little bit of room there for Lucas Hoff initially, and then that got shut down. Back in for Jackson Blake. Blake will send it back at the line. That gets deflected wide. Blake with 9 goals and 21 points in 19 games as a rookie at the University of North Dakota. Vanderlinde back into his own end. Philip Badul trying to send a backhander up the boards. It got blocked. Then Kolster's after it for Germany. He couldn't handle it cleanly either. And it's back in behind the net where Philip Badul will settle it down. His first IIHS event. Plays in Kaufbeuren. And he'll drop it off and head to the bench on the line change. And Nils Elton will start up the ice. Elton will play it cross ice with some speed to the line for Julian Lutz, an Arizona draft pick. But that was whistled down on the offside. 9 left in period 1. 3-0 USA.
My daughter loves reading. It's like her happy place. It turns out this is something she shares with her great aunt, Florence Morell. Books were Florence's happy place too. I discovered on Ancestry that Florence had a book published before she came to Canada. Once she settled here, she became a teacher and was able to keep sharing her stories with her students. Get to know your family story. Get started for free at Ancestry.ca.
Push it, whip it, bring it, earn it, get it, got it.
Hey Siri, send Fred $20 for some barbecue. He's about to get smoked.
Switch to RBC and get the new AirPods Pro at no cost.
So what do you think about using the money we saved by switching our insurance to Bel Air Direct to finally splurge on some
privacy blinds?
Yeah.
Switch your insurance to Bel Air Direct and save. It's that simple.
Quarterfinal Monday at the World Junior, but Monday also means NFL. It's a Monday night thriller. The Bills and the Bengals. Catch the action 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 Pacific on TSN and CTV2.
Josh Allen versus Joe Burrow.
That should be a good one.
It sure should be.
First quarterfinals tonight, Canada and Slovakia. Elton will send this on into the USA zone. Luke Middlestat turns it up for Savage. Savage sends it for Boucher. Boucher carries it in, sends it down to the short side. And they may have changed that second goal. We'll check in on that. Now it's Lucic and Snuggerud and Ufko, and then Savage from Ufko and Pert. So Ryan Ufko has a 3-point game going. Came into the game with a couple of assists. Trying to bust his way through the middle was Bennett Rossby. Didn't start the tournament, he was banged up. Certainly gives some size. Very good on the face-offs, 6'4", 212. And across for Phillipson, poked off of his stick, and then it gets played in deep. Back for Luke Hughes. Youngest brother of Jack and Quinn. Off the boards it goes, and Sean Behrens will circle back in his own zone. NC2A championship at the University of Denver for Behrens. Skates it in, drops it back. This gets turned over. And back up the ice for Oswald, and Luke Hughes stays with him. And I think Luke Hughes is going to get a holding penalty.
Luke kind of shrugs his shoulders. What for? Well, it could be for holding, like hog tying, tripping, tackling. He's probably, what are you going to call it?
Team USA, number 43.
There's the arm, the sticks in, the arms around. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff.
And good for Vite Oswald. Kept the feet going.
Blake Savage takes a pretty good hit there from Nils Elton. It's right at the top of the boards on the dasher.
So Luke Hughes to the penalty box. And Germany to the power play, 1 for 16 in this World Junior Championship with the man advantage. A blocker save made by Trey Augustine, and that is his first stop of this hockey game. Heigl stuffs it around the boards to his twin brother. Heigl swings this all the way around the boards. Nicholas, number 13. Thomas, number 23. Team USA on the penalty kill, 81.8%, which is 4th best. Sweden has the best penalty kill in this World Junior Championship, and it was the penalty kill that won them the game earlier today against Finland. A shorthanded goal late in the 3rd. Melton sends it around for Philip Krenning. Junior in Salzburg. Oswald to the line and knocked off his stick and comes back out at center. Circling back is Philip Sin, 18 years of age.
The U.S. penalty kill is very aggressive.
Back in for Sin, tried to get that back to the blue line. Was deflected away. So the second Team USA goal has been changed. Snuggerud from Bufko and Lucius. So for Snuggerud, goal number 5. Ketchker drops it off. Kiernan plays it back at the line. Long shot. Sin let that one fly. That got turned away. To the blue line. Lipkin does get it out. Or Connors does get it out. And it's right back in. Bader after it. 2 shots on that power play.
Let's go. Let's go, boys. It's right there. It's right there. Come on, let's go.
For Germany, and we have a scrum going on in behind Augustine. Finally comes loose and back up the ice for Jack Peart. Gets to the neutral zone area no further. Right back in for Bader, and Bader's shot goes off the stick of Ryan Ufko and out of play. Philip Sin on that power play for Germany, letting that blast go.
Push it, whip it, bring it, earn it, get it, got it.
Hey Siri, send Fred $20 for some barbecue. He's about to get smoked.
Switch to RBC and get the new AirPods Pro at no cost.
This is how Tosin lost 33 pounds on Noom Weight.
I'm Tosin.
Noom gave her a psychological approach to weight loss.
Noom has taught me how you think about food has such a huge impact on your relationship with it.
Sign up for Noom Weight and lose the weight for good.
Hockey fans, get your Hockey Canada gear at shop.hockeycanada.ca. The official online store of Hockey Canada and the largest selection of Hockey Canada gear anywhere. Get jerseys, men's and women's tees, hoodies, headwear, and more. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special offer. Shop.hockeycanada.ca, a Fanatics experience.
Pedro Pascal stars in the new HBO original series based on one of the more acclaimed video games of all time, The Last of Us. Streams Sunday, January 15th only on Crave. A 3-0 game for Team USA.
It'll be The Last of Us after this game here in Moncton.
Yes.
Semifinals move over to Halifax. Gord Miller and Mike Johnson take it from there.
We have been treated very well here in Moncton. On-man rush, pass to the front of the net, and just beyond the reach of Luca Haag. Knock it across for Ryan Chesley. Puts this in deep. Badul goes in after it. Badul gets pressured. Rutger McGroarty into the corner after Badul. Lane Hudson at the line. Hudson trying to lose the checking of Luca Haag. Short slide try, that never got to the net. Badul sends this up for Eric Hordler. And Hordler carries to the line, and Van Kolster with a move, and that put Hordler offside at the line.
Luca Hoff, who plays with the Edmonton Oil Kings. It's a pretty good opportunity here. Another turnover at the offensive blue line, that time by Lane Hudson. And real good play. Luka Hoff cannot get the puck into a good position in front of him where he'd be able to maneuver it into a shot attempt.
Came into the game at 61% in the face-off department for Germany. There's a chance in front, and Augustine with a real good save.
Yeah, this will be a challenge for Trey Augustine. You know, you're not going to get a lot of chances, and the chances might come out of seemingly nowhere. Play there to right from the point, but he's a really sharp, focused goaltender.
.925 save percentage coming into this game, along with a 1.67 goals against average. That goals against average, fourth best coming into today's action in the World Junior Championship. Logan Cooley wins another face-off. Cooley taking this wide on Elton. Elton stays with him. Nils Elton trying to tie him up, but it comes around the boards and all the way back into the Team USA end. And 3.5 to go here in the opening period. Augustine will leave it for Ryan Ufko. And a 3-assist period for Ryan Ufko. Cross for Jack Peart. Sends it in for Snuggerud. Snuggerud drops for Logan Cooley. Cooley couldn't get anywhere. Taken and sent up the boards. And this will get sent all the way down the ice. And an icing call against Germany will bring the face-off back.
Julian Lutz, drafted by the Arizona Coyotes. He went through some back issues last year in his draft year. He returned late in the year, played at the U18, was a second-round draft pick. He is a real strong, powerful winger.
And play whistled down.
I mean, 43rd overall. Probably would have been a higher pick if he would have played the whole year. But you know, playing in the DEL, and he's got a real good, strong future in front of him.
13 shots on goal coming into this game. That leads Germany. It's a leap year birthday. Shot from the line by Quinn Hughes. That's deflected. Nicholas Heigl sends this out through center ice. That's as far as that play gets, as Quinn Bader couldn't get anywhere. Back in for Boucher, lost control of it. Elton will chip this up at center. He gets back to the Team USA line no further. Dylan Duke got bumped at the line.
We're talking about Julian Lutz. Leap year birthday, February 29th. I only know of 2 NHL players that had leap year birthdays. The Pocket Rocket Henri Richard and Simon Gagne. Played for the World Junior team in Winnipeg in 1999.
So do you have the option of celebrating on the 28th or March 1st?
I would say you do it on both. Half on the 28th and half on the 1st.
Speaking of that, happy birthday tomorrow.
Oh, thank you.
Round it goes, and Philip Sin sends this on and off the stick of Krenning. And Oswald will poke this out to open ice. Luke Middlestad trying to get it back in deep. Oswald got tied up there, gets a little bit of help from Badul. Sends it on for Sin. Sin will play it through the middle of the ice for Krenning. And Lane Hudson will turn quickly and head north. Rapidly. It's turned over in the high slot.
U.S. hasn't had a shot on goal since the goal was disallowed on the offside with 11:12 left. In the first period, we're at 1:28 and counting, and they haven't had a shot on goal since that time.
Tobias Abstreiter, the coach, tried to use that as a rallying point. And for now, it seems to have worked. Play whistled down, a high sticking penalty coming up. And Team USA will go back to the power play.
Team Germany, player number 17, 2 minutes for high sticking.
Luka Hoff will go to the box for 2 or less.
As he's reaching by, the stick comes right up into the face of Luke Middlestad. We talked about the U.S. not having a shot for almost 10 minutes or more than 10 minutes. I like their chances on this power play.
Germany coming into this game had given up 183 shots against, which is most after the preliminary round. Scramble, popped down, gets the right pad out. And the puck gets stuffed to the corner. Vidal plays it around for Vanderlinde. Leon Vanderlinde will send it out to neutral ice. Third straight time that Germany has made the quarterfinals. First time that has happened. And this gets lifted all the way down the ice.
What a nice play by Leon Vanderlinde. Luke Hughes, who starts to push down the wall, gets cut off beautifully and retrieve the puck, and down the ice it goes.
So late here in period number 1, Logan Cooley. Tyler Boucher gets rubbed out in the corner as he takes a jolt from Eric Horler, and back down the ice it goes. And the first period comes to an end, so a nice reset by Germany, down 3. There was a 4th goal scored. It got called back because of offside, and it remains 3-0. 20 minutes done here in Moncton.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keefe's Lip Repair.
AutoTrader has tons and tons of cars. You know, I like looking through the types of cars you can buy.
Using AutoTrader is such a no-brainer, which is good for Gio.
What?
With dementia, you're adrift. By combining research with a full spectrum of care, Baycrest is pioneering breakthroughs. No other organization leads more researchers working to defeat dementia. We believe 50% of dementia cases can be prevented, but we need your help. Donate now, and together, we'll create a future without fear.
It's about more than the goals they score. It's about life skills they learn. It's about friends they make. It's about their love for hockey. None of it would be possible without the assist you can provide. The Hockey Canada Foundation Assist Fund is breaking down barriers to get Canadian youth on the ice and in the game. Every child deserves the chance to play. Donate now at hockeycanadafoundation.ca.
You ain't living your best life?
My best life is when I have dragons to slay.
We're going to see heavy rains and a wide path of destruction.
It's raining frogs!
I'm sorry, did you say frogs?
That was even weirder than the volcano.
Nothing is as weird as lava at mini golf.
Just wait around a minute. Something awful's bound to happen.
Get into a new season of 911 Lone Star, Tuesday, January 17th, only on CTV.
The first intermission is brought to you by Destination Moncton Dieppe.
That was as close to a perfect period Team USA could have asked for. 3 goals, 3 different goal scorers, and let's hear from one of them now. Turning it over again to Dennis Bea.
Joined by Jimmy Snuggerud of Team USA. Take us through that opening 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say we got off to a really hot start, and kind of as the period went on, we slowed down a little bit, and that's something we don't necessarily want in our game right now. We need to keep pushing, but coming into the second, we're going to start off hot.
Any secrets to your shot that is so good?
I wouldn't say so. I think it's just maybe pull and push release, quick release, kind of getting it off in certain spots. And, I'm playing with really good players out there, so it's pretty easy to get shots off.
You mentioned playing with good players. What makes your line so good?
I'd say just the chemistry we've built. Obviously, playing together at NTDP really helped. And, Cools is a really skilled player. He can get you the puck and cut and shoot it from anywhere, too. So the skill has developed over these past, 4 or 5 games.
Thanks for this. Good luck.
Thank you.
This is the first intermission. Dave and Laura back with you once again. And, of course, who would start the scoring for the Americans in this game but that top line? And, Logan Cooley was really critical of his play over the first couple of games in the preliminary round. It wasn't until Game 3 against the Swiss that he really broke through, and now good luck trying to contain him.
He's such a dynamic skater. I mean, all these guys can skate like the wind, but Logan Cooley has that balance and that edge work, and he even shows it on his goal on a real quick stop when he pulls up in front of the net. And the key to success with Cooley is his ability to get out of the way. He jumps from his left foot to his right foot, and then in one motion comes back to the left. And as he comes down the slot, the key to this is he keeps his balance, and as he's jumping from foot to foot, his hands are in sync with his feet. He goes left to right, back to left. He's got inside and outside balance edge, and this is a perfect example of Cooley's edge work. He's got inside edges. He does the 9 and 3, the twist. And while he's doing this with his feet, his hands are moving extremely fast.
I'm exhausted just hearing you describe it.
The combination of both make him a very, very dynamic player, and the reason he was drafted 3rd overall to the Arizona Coyotes this past draft. But he's so much fun to watch, and to be critical of yourself as a star player, that's very important because you always want to get better, and Cooley has gotten better every game.
He's the only player on Team USA who has recorded at least a point in every single game so far here in Moncton. Well, let's focus now on his line mate, Jimmy Snuggerud, and another thing that has been improving throughout this tournament for Team USA, that would be the power play, and a good time for that as we are now in the knockout stage.
Well, Jimmy Snuggerud, the name is a familiar name to hockey fans. Dave Snuggerud, his father. Well, Dave Snuggerud was more of a checker-style player. He kind of played the same role I did in his career. Jimmy's none of that. Jimmy is a dynamic shot. You heard Dennis ask him about his shot. This is a pass. He was actually passing Chaz Lucius on this one. But he is a shoot-first thinker when he's on the ice. And he's got such a great quick release that usually when he's letting it go, they're going in the net. He got the lucky bounce on that one. But Jimmy Snuggerud is a true sniper in the way that he finds the open ice regularly. And you even saw in that play, he backs up as a one-time on the power play, setting himself up for the shot. And he's smart enough to realize when the shot's not there, he was actually trying to pass. Ended up getting the lucky deflection for his own goal.
And he's got 5 now, which leads Team USA in that department as well. We've spoken a lot about this defense for Team USA, how quick and mobile and fast, and how they can contribute offensively as well. But we've really been talking about Luke Hughes and Layden Hudson, but it's another defenseman that's kind of taken over so far.
Very impressive, Ryan Ufko in the first period. He goes to the University of Massachusetts. He's 5'10", and a few of the defensemen, like Layden Hudson, not the 6'2", 6'3" regular-sized defenseman you might see. Luke Hughes is that size. Ufko's very quick. He's got a very quick feet. I talked about Cooley's quick feet. Ufko's feet and his hands are the same. And he's always looking to make a play. Head up, looking right, looking left, freezing opponents. And when you freeze your opponents, it allows you to make the perfect pass, such as this one. Fake shot, goaltender pulls over to you, and you throw it through the seam to Savage on the far side. So when you watch these defensemen play for Team USA, and Ufko in the first period really demonstrated their ability to skate with their head up, their ability to look plays off, look one way, move the pass the other way on tape-to-tape plays is very obvious, and I thought Ufko was very strong in the first period.
Now, based on what's already happened on quarterfinal Monday, if the U.S. can hold on and this result stays the way it is, and Canada's able to win tonight, it'll be Canada-USA in the semifinal on Wednesday. That is must-see TV. Speaking of which, when our intermission continues, Canada's looking to keep up its winning ways tonight. We'll start to look ahead to that quarterfinal against Slovakia, see what Connor Bedard can do right after this.
Julian's about to learn that free food is a personal eating trigger.
No, it isn't. Yes, it is.
And that's just a bit of psychology Julian learned from Noom Weight. Sign up now at Noom.com.
The record-breaking online World Juniors 50-50 is back this holiday season. Don't miss your chance to win more and give more. December 19th to January 5th. Proceeds will benefit important charitable initiatives in your community and support girls hockey programming. Go to worldjuniors5050.ca or scan the QR code on your screen to get your tickets. You could be our next lucky winner, and you can take home half the total pot in your province. Don't miss out. Pick up your World Juniors 50-50 tickets today.
Virgin Radio wants to take your debt and destroy it. Listen to Virgin Radio for your chance to win $100,000. Destroy your debt with Virgin Radio.
If I'm taking you with me, you do what I say when I say it.
You have a greater purpose than any of us could have ever imagined.
Get your Hockey Canada gear at shop.hockeycanada.ca. The largest selection of Hockey Canada gear anywhere. Shop now and get today's special offer. Shop.hockeycanada.ca. A Fanatics experience.
A very important game when it comes to the chase for the top seed in the AFC. It's the Bills, it's the Bengals. Monday Night Football to wrap up Week 17. You can catch all the action here on CSN as well as CTV2. All Team USA in that first 20. Lots of smiles from the fellas. And, hey, time for a little snack as well. 3-0 your score over Germany in this, the third quarterfinal game of the day. Well, what a special tournament it has already been for Connor Bedard, and it's not over yet. Bedard has a chance to break some records tonight in Halifax. Currently has 31 points in his World Junior career, tying with Eric Lindros for the most by a Canadian, the Big E doing that back in the early 90s. Bedard needing 8 fewer games to tie him as well. And Lindros, oh, you can imagine he's been taking notice of what Bedard has been up to, and he tweeted this out yesterday on New Year's Day. Don't just break the record, Connor Bedard. Smash it. Win the tournament. Go Canada. How great is that? Well, the 17-year-old Bedard had this to say when asked about the Lindros tweet.
See what Eric Lindros tweeted today?
I didn't know.
He said, don't just break it, smash the record. How does that feel to hear from him himself?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He even knows who I am. So, no, that's awesome. I mean, to hear that, and obviously him wanting me to beat it is cool. And, we'll see here a few more games, so hopefully I can.
It's unbelievable. I mean, the way he sees the game, the way he sees the game unfold, it's almost like everyone else is moving a step slower than him. I think he just reads the game so well. He just understands, the situation, understands what's going on around him.
His deception and vision, some of the plays, like you watch him, he's looking one way and he's passing the other way. His ability to speed up and slow down, to use both his forehand and backhand. Like, I don't know if one's better than the other.
When I was younger, most of my training or whatever was just going on, free ice and fooling around, kind of being creative with, playing 2-on-2 with some buddies or something. So I think that helped.
I need to play physical against him, and I think that's the only thing that can stop him.
We have to play like a body on him. Like our big guys have to take care of him, so we'll see.
Yeah, Shane Wright is one of the best players too in this tournament, but he don't like physical game like Bedard.
It is a tough assignment, an assignment not many would want, containing Connor Bedard. But Slovakia and Canada met in pre-tournament action, and Slovakia was able to do just that. Bedard had 1 assist, and they were also able to frustrate him. He took 4 penalties in that game as well. How much of a chance are we going to see a repeat of that tonight?
I like big rubber back. What's he, about 6'3" out there? And he does play against Connor Bedard. Plays at Moose Jaw, and Bedard plays Regina in the West. So you might see a little bit of the frustration. But I don't think, or the aggravation, I should say, I don't see you're going to see Connor Bedard frustrated in this game. I think he understands what's at stake. And I'm sure as he has had many games and many situations in his career that people have tried to get under his skin. When you're a superstar player such as he is, no matter where you play, you are going to have your opponent that's to get under your skin, and there's always someone on the opposition who wants to get up under your shirt, get bothering you, and just be a pest. And I'm sure he's used to it. The thing with Connor Bedard, like most superstars, it's not really going to matter because he's just going to go play his game, and the more you agitate him, the tougher he's going to be to play against. And I think that's the fun thing about watching him. No matter what the challenge is, he has stepped up to it, and not only stepped up to it, he's just he's just exceeded expectations.
Slovakia's already pulled off one upset at this tournament, defeating this U.S. team in the preliminary round. What needs to happen for another upset today?
Well, maybe put 2 goaltenders in net.
Maybe
that might help. But jokingly, they've got a goaltender who is 2 goaltenders. Adam Gajan has been absolutely sensational, and I love the fact that he's got the green pads on. He plays in the USHL with the Green Bay Gamblers, and for Gajan, he has been a 19-year-old that everybody in this tournament is talking about because he's played so well. One of the reasons that Slovakia has had such a good tournament is because Gajan has been that good in the tournament. He's expected to be drafted. He was passed over in last year's draft, and he's expected to be drafted this year because of his play. And if you're going to beat Canada, you're going to have your goaltender be the best. And Slovakia does have a very, very good goaltender.
And that is the beauty of this tournament, right? The performance here could move you up in the draft standings, and your draft stock rises. Well, it is the final game of the quarterfinals. 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific is when it gets underway with our pre-game show. So that is still to come.
Push it, whip it, bring it, earn it, get it, got it.
Hey Siri, send Fred $20 for some barbecue. He's about to get smoked.
Switch to RBC and get the new AirPods Pro at no cost.
Eva's about to learn her fear of missing out leads to overeating.
I totally eat stuff to not miss out.
And that's just a bit of psychology Eva learned from Noom Weight. Sign up now at Noom.com.
Across the nation, the Canadian Hockey League is known for investing in moments like this. But did you know we're also investing in this and this? While you're probably used to seeing us here, we're also here and here. Through the CHL Scholarship Program, clubs award nearly $10 million each year, helping thousands of former players continue their education. So while you're seeing this, we're also doing this. The CHL, developing tomorrow's leaders.
It's the game. It's the event like no other.
This crowd is feeling it. That's unbelievable.
The road to Super Bowl 57 is on CTV. Touchdown. With the Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show featuring the one, the only, Rihanna. The race to the big day is heating up.
Sensational.
Super Bowl 57, Sunday, February 12th. Only on CTV.
The first intermission was brought to you by Destination Moncton Dieppe.
Quick start for Team USA. Logan Cooley's third from Ryan Ufko, Jimmy Snuggerud. Then on the power play, Snuggerud's fifth from Ufko and Lucius. And then Savage is second from Ufko and Peart. You see Ryan Ufko's name there for 3 assists. There's the shots, 12-2. Charlie Stramo scored to make it 4-0, and then that goal is called back, and then things seem to change in that first period.
Yeah, and for Team USA, who really dominated that period, what you want to guard against is sloppy play. Because as you move on into the semis, good teams, and that's who USA is going to be facing, are going to take advantage of that sloppy play. So for Rand Pecknold, you know, the rest of this game is about details, details, details. Let's make sure that we get our game in order and we do not take things lightly, because if we start to take things lightly against Germany, it could come back and bite us against a really good team in the semifinal. That's where Rand Pecknold, to me, has to really stay, you know, keep the players focused in on those real disciplines of the game. They get a power play for 46 seconds at the beginning of the second period.
Luka Hoff in the penalty box. Quinn Hughes spent 2 minutes in the penalty box and still played 8 minutes and 33 seconds in that opening period. And Logan Cooley took 7 faceoffs. That gives him 80 faceoffs in this tournament. He won 5 of the 7 that he took in that opening period. Power play continues. Ryan Ufko will spin this down low. Dylan Duke puts on the brakes. Plays it back for Jackson Blake. Blake takes the return pass, walks in, looks far side. This gun turned away. Chaz Lucius will come up with a loose puck. Sharp angle try there by Snuggerud. Back to the line. Blake walks it in. Looking high blocker. Good save made by Kwok. Comes back for Ryan Ufko. Power play over. 4 shots on that man advantage and 1 right after. Jackson Blake will send it across. Dylan Duke plays it back for Blake. Stuffs it back for Ryan Ufko quickly to the front of the net. Lucius was there, couldn't knock it down. Lucius of the Manitoba Moose of the American Hockey League. This gets turned over. Blake trying to center it. Blake turns and has it poked off his stick. Lucius covers up and drops it for Sean Behrens. Behrens puts on the brakes. Behrens gives way to the checking of Heigl. And Nicholas Heigl will play this down the right side boards and back into the Team USA zone. Cutter Gauthier back for it. The long lead pass deflected in by Lipkin. In on the chase is Logan Cooley. Comes up the boards. Lutz trying to get a stick on it for Germany. Ends up back in behind the net. Cooley fights off the checking of Vanderlyn. This sharp angle shot there by Cutter Gauthier. Kwok wasn't sure where that was, but got enough of it.
Slipped along the ice and skipped out the other side. Gauthier with another good scoring chance.
Back for Luke Hughes. He'll dish it across for Gauthier, and Gauthier's shot gets blocked and held.
We've heard Snuggerud, Cooley, Gauthier talk about the chemistry this line has. I mean, right there, that's exactly it. Cooley's going around the net. Gauthier, he's going to get himself open right underneath the pad and squirts out the other side. Good fortunate break for Nikita Kwok.
Gauthier's dad, Sean, played here in Moncton for the Moncton Hawks for 3 years in the American Hockey League. Deflected off for Brindley. Brindley works it, short side try. That comes all the way to the near side boards. Gets jammed but not out. Second try, it will get out as Mike Oswald will get it down the ice, but it's going to go for an icing call. Charlie Stramel thought he had his first of this World Championship, and then that's the one that was called back offside.
John Van Beesbrook talked to John Rosen during the first intermission on the NHL Network, and we were able to listen into it. And
there's a shot from the high slot by Chesley. That goes wide.
John talked about, John's the executive director of USA Hockey.
Chesley wires another one that's blocked again. Chipped up the boards, and Oswald will get it out.
And John talked about the strength up the middle, and you know, the ability for them to push their identity, push the play. And Charlie Stramel, who's playing fourth line here, is not a fourth line center, but it speaks to the depth that they have at center ice. Logan Cooley, Chaz Lucius, Redmond Savage, and Charlie Stramel moves into that fourth line spot and has really embraced it and done a very nice job with it.
Savage was banged up in the first period, but is back on the ice now for Team USA.
One of the most difficult things about building a team is you know you have talent, but you know to understand we need these types of areas to be covered off. Players are willing to do things in different spots, but can they excel in those spots? And I think the real magic in putting together a team is getting those players that are not just willing but very capable. And I think as we watch Team USA and some other teams, I just talked about Charlie Stramel, good example of getting in there and doing those things.
Zimmerman trying to get around Lane Hudson. Good play by Hudson. Hudson's brother Quinn is at BU as well. Brother Cole is with the U.S. Development Program and will be at BU for the 25-26 season. brother Lars, an 08 birthday, plays for North Jersey Avalanche. So very much a hockey family.
I just saw Cole play at the U17 championship, which happened in Langley, BC, and watching him play, it's like watching Lane play. It's amazing.
Into the high slot for Luke Hughes, and a save made by Nikita Kwap. And Kwap will hang on to this.
Yeah, the quick puck, and Luke Hughes gets this puck, and he's right into motion, directing that puck towards the net. You've seen him get some goals from that spot. You've seen him drive into the scoring area with his skating. Nikita Kwap is a really good goaltending prospect for the Carolina Hurricanes.
He's now faced 119 shots at this World Junior Championship. Sam Lipkin dishes this off. Chaz Lucius will play this back to the line. Long shot, that's turned aside. And back up the ice for Nicholas Heigl. It's rubbed out, and the puck on for Hughes, and plays it around for Lipkin. Lipkin got stopped by Vanderlinde. Centering pass, a good setup there. Heigl puts that right onto the tape of the stick of Quinn Bader. Chaz Lucius back in. Lucius forced to the outside by Bossert. Into the high slot, unable to get the shot away was Rutger McGroarty. And back the other way for Thomas Heigl. Scramble at the side. Augustine is down. Grabbed off by Ryan Ufko. 3 assists in the game for him. Julian Lutz works this to the middle of the ice, trying to get a shot away. He'll leave it there. A quick release, but not enough on that for Bennett Rossby. Now Rossby gets it back at the line. Bosser the shot. Rossby after it again. Again sends it back to Bosser. Cross ice, one-timer by Philip Sim. And he fired that one wide. Back to the side of the net it comes. Scramble. Augustine is down. They bang away at it. And Rossby had another crack. Couldn't get that through all the traffic. And now this is chip past Bosser and back, where Sin will go back for it.
I don't think there's any question, Dennis, that if Germany scores, the roof might come off this building, because not only are they rooting for the underdog, but just to see Germany get a semblance of joy would be something that would thrill the fans.
Like Oswald carries it back in, lost control of it, gets it back, got it off for Klein. Klein wasn't sure whether he wanted to go in or backtrack, so he did the safe thing and backs out. And now Germany on the regroup with Klein. Klein will get to the red line, pops it in. Race to the backboards now with Krenning. Krenning centers, and a shot from the line by Elton didn't get through. That got blocked by Boucher. Boucher outside, inside. Tees it up and fires it. Clock got enough of it, or may have got off the defenseman. Middlestad on for Lane Hudson. Hudson backdoor looking for Boucher. Comes off the corner boards, grabbed by Dylan Duke. His cross ice pass, that got deflected away by Krenning. And now it's up at center, and now a break. And across, and a chance there for Veit Oswald. And now icing called against Team USA.
Luke Middlestad made a really good play coming back. Oswald was tired. He was at the end of his shift, and as the puck comes up to him, he's trying to pull away, but the mind is going, but the legs aren't keeping up. And a really good, strong play by Luke Middlestad.
So the shots so far this period, 7-6, Team USA.
Saw a scramble around the U.S. nets. Germany had some opportunities. Rossby.
The duo lets the long floater go, and Augustine will glove that and hold it. Team USA up by 3 here in the second on TSN.
It calls you to a place with no boundaries, where the trail ends and the beyond begins. 2023 Chevrolet Silverado ZR2 is ready. Are you?
Hey Siri, send Fred $20 for some barbecue. He's about to get smoked.
Switch to RBC and get the new AirPods Pro at no cost.
$1996, Nat Domicelli in on Brian Boucher. And Brian Boucher, father of Tyler Boucher, had a couple of World Junior Championships for Team USA.
He won a silver medal in 1997. It was a great goaltending battle between him and Marc Denis, who won the gold for Team Canada. But Brian was in the USA net. It's a shutout by Marc Denis, but a fabulous, fabulous game by both goaltenders in that gold medal match.
And Brian in the building. Vanderlinde with the shot, that got blocked. Stuggerud felt that one. Peter Gauthier chops this up for Logan Cooley. Cooley busting through. Quick shot. May have gone off the left pad of puck. Not going to catch Logan Cooley if he gets a step on you.
The feet, the head, and the hands work pretty well in concert.
This gets dropped at the blue line by Van Kulster. And then he got dropped. Van Kulster gets up, has the puck, sends it in. Augustine blockered that one away. Foster's in from the blue line, sends it in deep. Van Kulster on it again, trying to get it back for Sid at the line. Logan Cooley will play it on for Luke Hughes, and he'll pitch it in. Quickly back on for Sin. Sends it out at center. Then Kulster dumps it the rest of the way along with Hoff, and they'll head to the bench on the line change. And Jackson Blake to the blue line and no further. Ryan Ufko back for Blake. Blake being watched on the play by Heigl. Ufko plays it through, and Rutger McGroarty will send it the rest of the way in. Scramble at the front of the net, grabbed off, and back up the ice for Leon Vanderlinde. Up the middle it goes, and a big hit there on Heigl. Back in for Jackson Blake, forced to the outside, couldn't get the shot away. Taken by McCourty, he'll go cross ice, in front for Blake, scores! Jackson Blake gets his first of this World Junior Championship.
Jackson Blake's been deserving. He's been all over the puck, all around the puck. It's a fantastic cross-ice pass diagonally by McGroarty to Lucius. And then Lucius makes a beautiful soft pass into Jackson Blake, who has all kinds of time to be able to size up what he wants to do. Backhand, forehand, and one Carolina prospect beats another Carolina prospect. Beautiful finish by Jackson Blake.
And somewhere they will discuss that when they are wearing Carolina Hurricane paraphernalia.
Little kiss off the post. Jackson's quick. He's hungry on the puck, and you know he's going to continue to physically mature, which is going to give him a chance to, you know, be more of a catalyst in the game. The energy he plays with is terrific.
Son of Jason Blake. Brindley will carry it in. Broken up there by Rossby, and Rossby will drop it off for Hordler. Hordler will chip it in, goes in after it. Eric Hordler plays U18 in Berlin. Back to the line it comes. Elton misfired. And almost an odd man rush for Team USA, but the puck never got up to Lane Hudson.
Jackson Blake, prior to scoring his goal, gets an opportunity and tries to swing it here. He loses it, but he stays on the puck. And when I talk about him being a catalyst, he's a player that, you know, stays in the play, goes to the next play, and the next play just happened to find him wide open in front of the net. And Chaz Lucius makes a terrific play and a Nice, nifty move by Jackson Blake to get the 4th USA goal.
Back in for Oswald, sharp angle shot, and Augustine will snare that and hang on to it. So Germany down 4-0, 1 win in the preliminary round. That was over Austria.
We've talked about Trey Augustine, and you know, his calm, as cool as demeanor. John Van Biesbroek talked about it, but he just takes this shot, and then he just stands up, nice and calmly, nice and coolly. Like, I mean, that demeanor that he possesses is so important for a goaltender. And I said this earlier in the tournament. To me, he's a top 3 goaltender in the 2023 draft, and just pushing himself onto the scouts' minds as somebody that's a real significant prospect.
6 games with the development program in the USHL for Trey Augustine, and the numbers are excellent. 1.92 goals against average and a .947 save percentage for Augustine. Tyler Boucher on the puck from the Ottawa 67s, and he will pitch this in all the way around the boards. Boucher has missed 8 this year because of suspensions. So Jackson Blake from Chaz Lucius and Rutger McGroarty is the scoring play for Team USA. Carried in by Jack Peart, Ryan Ufko. The first goal for Team USA that Ryan Ufko has not been delayed in or involved in.
Well, he just was involved in this one again. The shot goes in off of Quap. Quap is not able to handle it. It kicks right in front of him. And lo and behold, Logan Goalie.
I thought Quap had it.
I know, so did Quap. But Logan Goalie, he's Logan on the spot here. Just sitting right there, pulls it over and right into the wide open net. And
waiting for the whistle to go.
He never really had it. Logan Cooley with those magic hands. Ryan Ufko with his 4th point of the game.
So Logan Cooley gets his 2nd of the game. 4 now for him in this World Junior Championship. Chesley plays it back. Middlestad plays it on Gauthier. Gauthier will drop it off for Logan Cooley. Cooley gets it back. Walking in from the line. Middlestad gets it to Gauthier. Scores! Cutter Gauthier gets his 1st of the World Junior Championship.
I didn't think you would be saying that in a quarterfinal match. That Cutter Gauthier is getting his 1st. He's had some tremendous chances, even in this game. One that slipped through the legs of Quap. But, I mean, this play happens quick. Again, Luke Middlestad staying in there, just dishes it off here, and then Quap can't get over to that short side. And see him just delay enough. Cutter Gauthier doesn't need that much space, and he's got a lot of it there, and 6-0 USA, well on their way to the semifinal.
18 seconds between those 2 goals. Cutter Gauthier, born in Scottsdale, Arizona, part of that U18 team that won silver. Rutger McGroarty was the captain of that team. Lost the final to Sweden. Middlestad will send this on, and Jackson Blake will carry it through. Blake walks it in, goes cross ice. That got deflected away by Elton. And back up for Nicholas Heigl. Heigl inside the line, puts on the brakes, tried to pitch it down low. Hughes breaks it up. Hughes got it on for Chaz Lucius. Lucius had trouble with that rolling puck. Jackson Blake follows up, drops it back for Lucius. Lucius knocked away from him by Lutz. On it is Lipkin, and back it comes for Hughes. Hughes a little fake around Hordler, and then gets forced to the corner by Rossby. And did the stick come up on Jackson Blake? Looks as though it did. No call, and Germany will carry it back in. Deflected in front of the net. Chance there for Hordler, didn't get enough on it. Lutz trying to work it in, does, and then tried to make one more move around Behrens, and that didn't work. Brindley will carry it back, bouncing puck at the line. and offside is called. So Jackson Blake getting some attention at the USA bench. 6-0 USA.
Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never. We stream for fans of free.
Excuse me?
For movie buffs and TV lovers. For those that don't want another subscription. For channel surfers, over 100 free live channels. For want it nowers, thousands of free on-demand hits. We stream free for all. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never. Push it, whip it, bring it, earn it, get it, got it.
Hey Siri, send Fred $20 for some barbecue. He's about to get smoked.
Switch to RBC and get the new AirPods Pro at no cost.
Jackson Blake, good rookie year at the University of North Dakota. Took a bit of a high stick and got some attention right there. The stick comes up from Bennett Rossme.
Yeah, that'll make you wince a little bit.
Cutter Gauthier from Luke Biddlestad, and then Logan Cooley from Ufko and Pierce. Brindley works this out of the corner for Kenny Connors. Kenny Connors, the Los Angeles pick. Plays it back down in behind the net. Scramble at the side of the net, grabbed off by Connors. He'll send it back at the line for Jack Peart. Peart's shot goes off a leg, and that is up and done a play.
Well, we talked about the USA losing to Sweden at the U18 championship last April. And Trey Augustine was the goaltender for the 04 group. He's a 2005 born. He's going to be a lot like Spencer Knight. I mean, he's going to be playing above his age group because he is that gifted and he is that talented. The USA must have hit about 7 posts and bars. And then Hugo Havlid, the goaltender for Sweden, was brilliant.
Penalty coming up on the play, and it will go to Team USA. Then Colster lets the shot go. Save made by Augustine. Puck is still loose. And spinning and firing with Van Colster. And that misses the net. And a power play coming for Germany. As Tyler Boucher will go to the penalty box for the slash.
Team USA number 13, 2 minutes, slashing.
To say that Tyler is an aggressive player would be an understatement. I've watched him since he first came into the National Team Development Program, trying out for that team. He made the team. Obviously, you come out with a lot of skill and coming into that program, but slash happens off the face-off. But I really think that Tyler Boucher has found a real comfort level with the balance between the skill and the power. And the power, you know, being utilized to great effect in and around the net. I think the Ottawa Senators remaining the 10th overall pick. I'm very happy with that. But a lot has to be said about Tyler saying, hey, this is my game and I'm going to embrace it and do a lot of, you know, Dennis, sometimes players want to be what they were and not realizing what they need to be. I think Tyler has made that adjustment really nicely.
Joined the Ottawa 67s a year ago out of Boston University. Heigl gets rubbed out by Ufko. Back it comes at the line for Elton. Elton goes cross ice. Rossme tried a one-timer, didn't get anything on it. Comes back for Rossme. Bennett Rossme across for Heigl. Shot turned away by Augustine. As that was thrown to the front of the net by Nicholas Heigl. His brother Thomas was on the doorstep.
Talking about Tyler Boucher as well, and you know, players, he started out at BU, he didn't feel that that was the right spot for him. Having Dave Cameron as his coach, coach of Team Canada's World Junior Gold Medal team in August, I think it'll really benefit him as well, because David is really good at, hey, here's the strengths of your game. Let's develop them. Let's work those to the maximum effect, and I'm certainly seeing that with Tyler.
And now 5 to go here in the second period. Ketchner chips this in deep and goes in after it. Got his stick lifted there by Behrens. To the blue line it comes for Philip Sin. Plays it for Veit Oswald. Oswald sends it on. Krenning back to the line. Send the shot. That never got through. And Luke Mittelstadt will come back shorthanded. On for Brindley. Through it goes. Backhand scores. Brad Savage gets his second of the hockey game. This one is shorthanded. And it's 7-0.
Luke Mittelstadt has had a really strong tournament for Team USA here. We saw him get an assist on the Cutter Gauthier play, but now defensively, he steps up here and makes a really good positional play. And then, I'm going to move the puck along. A real nice little slip of the puck into the streaky Red Savage. Gavin Brindley, real nice touch on that, and little backhand inside the post, and it's 7-0 with a shorthanded goal. Yeah, Savage just pulls right away. But Luke Mittelstadt, like, he realizes, wait a sec, Brindley and Savage are ahead of me. I got to get the puck up into their hands, and that's just really smart play by Luke Mittelstadt. Some other players might carry the puck, and then everybody slows down. Luke Mittelstadt didn't slow that play down at all. First
IIHF event for him. And Red Savage will finish off the play shorthanded for Red Savage. Second season at the University of Miami, Ohio. Sudbury Wolves have his CHL rights, where his dad and mom are from. This gets back out to neutral ice. Luca Hoff couldn't get anywhere. Vanderlinde back for it.
We met the youngest Savage the other day, Rory.
Yes. This is shot to the short side. That went wide. Rory is an 07 birthday. Plays for U15 for the CompuWare program. Off the boards it comes. And deflected out at center. Hortler giving chase into the Team USA end. Cleared and backboard is Klein. Adrian Klein dishes it off for Vanderlinde. Vanderlinde up for Hoff. Hoff will hit the line. Chesley lost his footing, went down, gets up, clears the puck. Brought back in offside is the call against Germany. It is all Team USA here in the second. Now up by 7.
Push it, whip it, bring it, earn it, get it, got it.
Hey Siri, send Fred $20 for some barbecue. He's about to get smoked.
Switch to RBC and get the new AirPods Pro at no cost.
With Eastside Mario's all you can eat, you manja, manja, manja.
Oh, Pop, they got more salad. Oh, Pop, they got more soup. Oh, Pop, they got more garlic home loaf. Manja, mama, manja. Hey, bada boo, bada bing.
Crosby with a little room to operate. Crosby snaps it. He scores.
Passes in front to Kane on the road. Score!
Short-handed on a breakaway. Found on its feet. McDavid scores. Cannon circling the net, bouncing, but he scores. Nathan McKinnon.
Bedard to bring him up for Regina. 1-on-2, step by the defenseman to the net. McGee, he scores. Does it get any better than that? Oh my.
Well, we got a lot of NHL connections on Team USA. Tyler Boucher, the son of longtime NHL goaltender Brian Boucher, is the MVP of the World Junior Hockey Championship in 2018.
Luke's brother plays with him at college, I believe.
Luke
Mittelstadt. Brother John. Oh, I might have that.
Mittelstadt isn't a common name, so if there's a Mittelstadt playing there, I would imagine there's probably, you know, I haven't, if you tell me that his brother's here. Playing there.
I should never test my memory, but we'll check on that.
Let me just tell you, don't start testing mine either.
Red Savage from Gavin Brindley and Luke Middlestad. So we've had some shorthanded goals today. One in the Czechia game. Savage's goal was shorthanded. And of course the winner in the Sweden-Finland game came shorthanded. Rosby gets it up at center. Looks to the line no further. Turned over at center and brought right back in by Logan Cooley. Snuggerud for Gauthier, scores! Cutter Gauthier has another. As Team USA pouring it on. And it is now 8-0.
And Cutter Gauthier took him a while to get his first, but it didn't take him long to get his second. And this play starts right away from the neutral zone. The puck play, Snuggerud, Cooley, Snuggerud, goal. Gauthier just terrific. The ability of Logan Cooley, look at that. This puck on a string, and then they know what to do, the three of them, how to get open, where to expect to get the puck, where each other is.
You start to wonder if fatigue isn't setting in on Nikita Quap, because he's getting a piece of these shots and just not enough. The last few goals he's gotten a piece of. So Gauthier gets his second. Jackson Blake is after it. So 5 here in the second for Team USA. Jimmy Snuggerud said they wanted to get back to their game. They felt they let it slip away a little bit at the back half of that opening period, and they have done just that.
And he was very affirmative in saying we're going to come after it in this second period, and after it, that's exactly what's happened. So Dennis, I went to the Google machine. John Middlestad plays at the University of Minnesota.
In for Chaz Lucius, and Puck makes the save. Thought I had read that someplace. Lane Hudson will carry it right back in. Hudson outside, inside. Lost control of it to Foster, and this will get cleared back. Heigl goes in after it. Heigl trying to spin a backhand pass across. Got away from Bader and now takes by Jackson Blake, and he will send this in. Gauthier from Brindley and Cooley. And Team USA has the offense in high gear against Germany. Kenny Connors carries in, drops for Brindley, and that shot goes off a stick and high. So we talk about Germany making the quarterfinals for 3 straight tournaments. First time that's happened. Finished 6th. That's the best they've finished since unification. And now that next step, and there is some good German players. Here comes Brindley. Here's the shot, save made by Klopp. You look at Leon Draisaitl, Jochen Hesch going back a few years. J.J. Paterka's in the Buffalo system. Tim Stützle's in the Ottawa organization, playing for the Senators and doing well. Moritz Seider. So it's a matter of developing. Klein will skate this in, and he got stopped before he could get a shot away. Elton will put this back to neutral ice, and the second period will come to an end. A 5-goal second period for Team USA, and an 8-0 lead after 2 periods of play as Team USA on its way to the Final Four.
Hey Siri, send Fred $20 for some barbecue. He's about to get smoked.
Switch to RBC and get the new AirPods Pro at no cost.
Introducing Granite Stone Blue, the fast, easy way to cook gourmet family meals every day. You can get the Granite Stone Blue 12-piece set, not for $500, $400, or even $300. But for the factory direct price of just 5 easy payments of $49.95. And for everyone who orders today, we're going to drop 1 payment. You get it all for just 4 easy payments of $49.95.
Available at Amazon, Canadian Tire, and Home Hardware.
Hockey fans, get your Hockey Canada gear at shop.hockeycanada.ca, the official online store of Hockey Canada, and the largest selection of Hockey Canada gear anywhere. Get jerseys, men's and women's tees, hoodies, headwear, and more. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special offer. Shop.hockeycanada.ca, a Fanatics experience.
Brace yourself for what you're about to see.
That's fun.
Brainwashing and even branding.
Better, meaner, wilder.
Justin Trudeau!
I love it here. I love it.
The floodgates have opened here in Moncton after putting up 3 goals in the first, the U.S. with 5 there in the second, and a couple of players getting their first goal of these World Juniors. Here again, Dennis Bea.
Joined by Jackson Blake of Team USA. You get your first. A bunch of teammates get on the offense as well. What was the conversation between the first and second period?
Yeah, obviously, we started the game hot. Those first 9 minutes, I think, just grinding all those own shifts. And then I think we got a little away from our game that back half of that first period. But, coach came in the locker room and said, we play our game, play simple, play the way we've taught you to play. I think we'll dominate this game, which we did in the second period there.
Is it special? You have Ryan Ufko that you won a USHL championship with. Is it special now to be in this tournament together?
Oh, yeah. He's a great player, great kid. It's awesome to have him here. And yeah, we know we've been bonding, spending time with each other these last couple of weeks, and yeah, it's great to have him here.
You're well on your way to a semifinal berth. Just take us looking forward for your team.
Yeah, obviously we got this third period here, and we want to dominate this third period and get us on the right foot for the next game.
Thanks, Jackson. Good luck.
Thank you.
So another dominant period there from Team USA in this, the third quarterfinal of quarterfinal Monday. And Dave, you had to feel for Germany coming into this game. They had no illusions of what they were going up against, a U.S. team that was just getting stronger and stronger as this tournament goes on. They only had 2 shots in that first period, but they started the second trying to get something going, anything going.
They did, and you definitely have to give them credit. The crowd here in Moncton is definitely behind the German team. Every time there's a play up the ice, you can just feel the energy pick up, and on the saves, there's energy in the building. So everybody would love to see Germany get one, and they almost did. They had a couple of great chances early in the period. They just seemed to slow the U.S. down for whatever reason. The U.S. is a fast skating team. They move the puck well, but in the first, I would say, 8 minutes, Germany really started to have a bit of a push. They were putting pucks into the net. They were winning some board battles in the corner, and they had a great breakaway opportunity by Vate Oswald as he came a little bit later as the period moved along, and it was Middlestat makes a great defensive play. Otherwise, Oswald was all ready to shoot it. Middlestat just gets a stick in there to deflect it away. That just shows you that situation, the speed of the U.S. when they picked their game up, as Middlestat got back to deflect that puck away or poke it off Oswald's stick. But yes, Germany did have some good chances in the start of this period. They were even better than the chances they were able to generate on their power play.
And that was one of the themes with this Team USA team coming into this tournament here. Speed and attack, attack, attack. We saw them score goals in bunches in that first period, doing the same here in this one.
When they attack, the attack with smarts. It's not just go mentality. It's like, let's think about what we're doing at the same time as we've got the go mentality, and that's why this team is so good. The thought process at speed is tremendous. They had 3 goals in 4:48 in the first period, and they get 3 goals in 2:16 in the second period. It starts with Jackson Blake. This is a great cross-ice pass. It turned it beautiful by Lucius and McGrory, a couple Winnipeg Jets prospects, and another cross-ice pass back to the point. And here's thinking. A little delay, get the puck to the net, and then you see the hand skills once again of Logan Cooley. Comes in, picks the loose puck up. Middlestat, the look-off, big shot, the look-off, and there's Cutter Gauthier. 2:16 all of a sudden.
But a lot of things still have to happen, so we won't look too far ahead. But, you know, sometimes an issue with a game like this, when things are kind of getting out of hand and the score is very lopsided, kind of lose those little elements that you want to be in. Your bad habits start to show up. But for the States, that's been the opposite. And the one thing this game was missing was, oh yeah, a shorthanded goal, so we got that ticked off as well.
This is another smart play. You watch these guys play, and at this age, and the skill and the speed, and I'm really impressed with Luke Middlestat. He stops this shot, and he just doesn't dump it down the ice. He realizes, no, we've got no number situation, moves it up to Brinley, and Brinley moves it over to Red Savage. So there's a play. That's an easy dump it down. No, why should I do that? I've got a 3-on-1, and we can move up the ice. Real heads-up play, little slick move by Savage as he puts it away short-handed. But that's why this team is so good. That's why these young men are being drafted to the National Hockey League. They've got speed, they've got the hand skills, and they've also got the mind that works at the same speed as their hands and their feet, which really is dangerous when you put all 3 together.
And right now, they have an 8-0 lead in this quarterfinal over Germany. When our intermission continues, we've got some highlights for you, and we'll get you caught up on all the action from quarterfinal Monday, including a wild finish right here in Moncton between Finland and Sweden.
Push it, whip it, bring it, earn it, get it, got it.
Hey Siri, send Fred $20 for some barbecue. He's about to get smoked.
Switch to RBC and get the new AirPods Pro at no cost.
How can your base layer help you stay active? Make it the only base layer with invisible medical-grade knee support. Add 90 feet of high-strength cables and make them fully adjustable to give you complete control. Scientifically proven to help you overcome injury, eliminate pain, and give you the confidence to get back out there so you can do more of this, and this, and this. People call them many things. Yeah, magic pants. We call it supportive apparel. Learn more at Stoko.com.
Me and my buddies, we would get the Auto Trader and we'd scan through it like it was comic books.
The app is so cool. You got your listings, as you can see, is your nifty little great price badge. Auto Trader has completely replaced my dad. Hey.
It's about more than the goals they score. It's about life skills they learn. It's about friends they make. It's about their love for hockey. None of it would be possible without the assist you can provide. The Hockey Canada Foundation Assist Fund is breaking down barriers to get Canadian youth on the ice and in the game. Every child deserves the chance to play. Donate now at hockeycanadafoundation.ca.
Name? Special Agent Will Trent.
You just brought down a bunch of corrupt cops. That's kind of hot.
Will's my best agent. He can teach you to see things no one else does. There's a kidnapping.
Why Will Trent?
He read that crime scene like a book.
You smell like urine to you? When people call you weird, I really do defend you. But you gotta help me out.
It's the new series you can't help but get into. Will Trent, coming to CTV, Tuesday at 10/8 Mountain.
For our NHL on TSN crew, we've got a full slate of games on tap, including the Jets, the Sens, and the Habs, as they take to the ice in their respective regions. Don't miss a minute of the action. You got it locked here on TSN. All right, highlight time. First one features the Nordic rivalry, Finland and Sweden. The Swedes looking to get some revenge after losing to Finland in last year's semifinals, the Summer World Juniors. We're in the third. Finland up a goal, but here come the Swedes. Just over 3 minutes to go. Fabian Wagner with the one-timer, and it's Leo Carlsson. Should hear his name nice and early in the upcoming draft. There for the rebound, and we're all tied up, but not for long. Just 2 minutes later, Sweden a man down, and it is the captain, Victor Stjernborg, beating Jani Lampinen, the captain. An incredible play, and it's Sweden with the lead, and the bench loves it. And their goaltender standing tall when it mattered most, Carl Lindbaum, with the incredible glove save here on Joachim Kemmel. He finished with 33 saves in this one, and that's how this one would end as Sweden moving on to the semifinals. Our second quarterfinal matchup, this one from Halifax, featured Czechia and Switzerland, all tied in the first period.
Can make a fan on that. A chance now shorthanded for Marcel. Flip set by Seidler, works in. Marcel, backhand shot, scores! Coast to coast goes Marcel. And the shorthanded goal gives Czechia.
What a pretty goal that was, and a great individual effort. You may remember Czechia had a player named Ivan at last year's tournament. Well, this year's it's Marcel making an impact. Czechia just pouring it on. It's now 7-1 in the third, and it's Marcel. How about a second of the game? And you know who likes that? And the unusual name, Mike Johnson.
Might have tipped in front, but
Marcel. I guess we could say he doubled up.
no, you didn't just do that. You didn't just do that.
He finished with 3 points as Czechia advances to the semis, an easy one, 9-1 the final. All right, Dave, well, let's focus in on that game we saw just behind us here in Moncton in the Avenir Center, Finland and Sweden, and we've seen Sweden so many times just roll through the preliminary round, only to not have that success translate into the knockout stage, and it looked like more heartbreak ahead for the Swedes, but then 3.5-minute span changed everything.
It was really incredible how this game turned around. Finland had this game in the palm of their hands. They were dominating the possession time. They were dominating on the shots. Everything was going Finland's way. And then all of a sudden, Leo Carlson gets his second of the game to tie it up. And Finland played a tremendously strong defensive game. Carlson's there, Johnny on the spot, bang it in. Then Carlson gets another opportunity for the hat trick. This is the next shift, and he just misses. And right after that, Fabian Lysell takes a high stick. And now they're in the box, so it's 2-2 late in the game. And you're like, oh my gosh, here comes the power play. No, hold on. The captain, Victor Stjornborg, had something to say about that. The bouncing puck at the blue line, and Stjornborg goes down shorthanded. Hey, hold on. We still have a power play. We have plenty of time left. You have one of the best shooters with Joachim Kemmel out. Well, Kemmel gets the one-time opportunity, and Carl Lindbaum with the save of the tournament. I think he actually turned to the goaltender after that and gave him a little nod like, good stop. It was an incredible finish for Sweden to come away with a shorthanded game winner and move themselves into the semifinal.
Well, and it was tough because both of these teams had a chance to win their respective groups on the final day of the preliminary round. Couldn't get it done. We were kind of wondering how the Swedes would bounce back and saved it right to the end, but they definitely got it. Now, if this result holds here, which, sorry, Germany, it's probably safe to say the U.S. is going to win. It'll be the U.S. and Canada, as we mentioned, if Canada can beat Slovakia in the semifinal. The other one would be Czechia, Sweden, and that would be a lot of fireworks as well, Dave.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, for Germany and Switzerland, who kind of got rocked in their games, and Germany is getting it in this game, I think the semifinal games are really going to ramp up, and you're going to see a lot like we saw in Sweden, Finland, a lot of back and forth, a lot of tight checking, and a lot of high skill. So yes, the semifinals are going to be very good.
I guess the question for Swedes, how is that defense going to hold up? Will their PK be good? Because we can see the Czechs can score, no problem scoring at will, much like the Americans right now against Germany. The relegation round also got underway today. It's a best-of-3 series. Latvia winning game 1, 5-2. The winner will stay up in the top group at next year's World Juniors in Sweden, while the loser will be relegated. Game 2 goes on Wednesday. All right, well, the U.S. just a period away from punching its ticket to the semifinal, in control of 8-0 over Germany.
Hey Siri, send Fred $20 for some barbecue. He's about to get smoked.
Switch to RBC and get the new AirPods Pro at no cost.
So what do you think about using the money we saved by switching our insurance to Bel Air Direct to finally splurge on
some privacy blinds?
Yeah.
Switch your insurance to Bel Air Direct and save. It's that simple.
The record-breaking online World Juniors 50-50 is back this holiday season. Don't miss your chance to win more and give more. December 19th to January 5th. Proceeds will benefit important charitable initiatives in your community and support girls hockey programming. Go to worldjuniors5050.ca or scan the QR code on your screen to get your tickets. You could be our next lucky winner, and you can take home half the total pot in your province. Don't miss out. Pick up your World Juniors 50-50 tickets today.
When the story unfolded, were you courtside for the drama, the tension, the elation? When the stage lit up for the world to see, were you there? The Australian Open. The story starts here.
5 unanswered in that second period for Team USA. Jackson Blake is first. Logan Cooley is fourth. Cutter Gauthier his first. Red Savage, that one came shorthanded. And more to come yet. Then Cutter Gauthier with his second. There's the shot, 16-12 in favor of Team USA. And lots of offense from the back end for Team USA.
Yeah, we've given a lot of love to Luke Hughes and Lane Hudson, so we're going to spread the love around a little bit. Ryan Oathco, who's got 4 assists in this game, has been terrific in the offensive zone. It's one thing to make passes, but he's so comfortable in the offensive zone. He knows where the puck needs to get to, and he gets it there, and that's a real skill in and of itself. And a little shot here that goes off the chest of Quap, and Logan Cooley takes full advantage. And Luke Middlestat, who's been really good as well, understanding the timing of when the puck has to move forward and into the right hands. 2 defensemen that have had a real significant offensive impact in this game. A well-rounded, really good balanced USA blue line.
We've had goaltending changes at both ends of the ice. There's a look at Andrew Oak, who will come in for Team USA. And Richards Baboulis is in goal for Germany as Nikita Quap. It's been enough for him. He's seen a lot of pucks fired his way. So the third period gets going here in Team USA, right back in on the attack. And we'll get a stoppage in play early.
So Richards Baboulis jumps into the net here, and he's watching from the bench, and he's probably thinking, okay, I just saw what Nikita Quap went through. Is this what I'm going to have to deal with? And I would answer, yeah, that's what you're going to have to deal with.
Yeah. Signed up for the position. So 2 in the game for Red Savage, 2 in the game for Cutter Gauthier, 2 in the game for Logan Cooley, and it's going to be that netminder that's going to try and keep it at 2 for those players. As you look at Nikita Quap, so good coming into this game, and knew that he was going to get a lot of shots fired his way in this contest, and did. It looked like he may have just run out of steam a little bit in that second period. And save made. First save of the game for Andrew Oak.
He grabs that puck, trying to get a feel for it. Germany's going to work hard, and they're going to compete as best as they can, but when you get up against a team that has so much skill and is...
There's a scramble in front of the net, in front of Oak. Grabbed off and taken away by Kenny Connors. Get it up to center, looking for Tyler Boucher. Andrew Oak, 3.13 goals against average, a save percentage of .880, second season with Saginaw Spirit of the Ontario Hockey League. 40 minutes played in the August tournament and stopped 11 of 11. This is the second action of the tournament for Richards Baboulis. He stopped 11 of 13 in 20 minutes of action.
We talked about Saginaw, and we're talking here at this World Junior
Side of the net, Babulis is down, and he'll hang on to it.
So Andrew Oak gets into the net here, and off a face-off, the puck skips in, and then he's got to kick that right leg out to make a save. And that glove save that we saw earlier was a lot simpler than this one, and there it is, just snaps that right leg. So Andrew Oak plays in Saginaw. We've seen an exceptional player here at the World Junior, Connor Bedard, who was granted exceptional status. Well, Andrew Oak plays with another young player that was granted exceptional status, Michael Misa, who's having a terrific season as a 15-year-old in the Ontario Hockey League. Somebody that I'm sure will be seeing donning Canadian colors in future World Junior tournaments. And there's Trey Augustine. Picture of calm, isn't he?
Not sure whether there was some discussion going in, whether you wanted to leave him in for the shutout, or there's a shot from the blue line by Lane Hudson. That ticks off the crossbar and up, but this is all about the tournament. They will get tomorrow off, and of course they will have to travel to Halifax.
Quick shot by Lane Hudson, and just over the shoulder of Babulis, and just up and out of play.
Two CHL players on this Team USA roster, Oak being one and Tyler Boucher being the other from the Ottawa 67s. And this leaves the playing surface. We'll get a stoppage in play as we near the 2-minute mark of period number 1 in what has been very much a Team USA game.
Yes, it has been. And Andrew Oak has a teammate, Matthias Sapovalov, who's playing for Team Czechia. They just dominated Switzerland in their quarterfinal. They will maintain their #1 seed going into the semifinals, and everybody gets reseeded here. And if Canada holds up their end of the bargain, they will finish as the 2nd seed or the 3rd seed. I don't even know how the tiebreaker works.
Cross-ice pass failed to materialize.
Because USA and Canada both finished 3-1, but they're going to be 2-3, and that would be the semifinal matchup.
Through the middle for Logan Cooley, 2 in the game for him, 2 in the game for Cutter Gauthier. Lifted back into the Team USA zone. And back for it, Luke Hughes. Head north as quick as possible. That's kind of been the theme for Team USA in this World Junior Championship. So a real good game to start the day today. Competitive game between Finland and Sweden. A late goal, a shorthanded goal by Sweden to win that one. And a bit of a blowout in Halifax earlier, and this one certainly very much in favor of Team USA. We'll see what happens in the final quarterfinal game of the day. That, of course, as Craig mentioned, is Canada and Slovakia. Brindley carries right back into the Germany end of the ice. Throws it to the front of the net, looking for Red Savage. Back it comes for Jack Peart. And Peart unloaded. Save made. Bang pass off the boards as they were trying to spring Mike Oswald. Ufko will carry it back in. 4 assists in the game for him. This gets turned over and right back up the ice for Oswald. Oswald trying to get that to the front of the net. Headed there was Philip Brenning. And the pass got picked off and right back up the ice for Brindley. Evan Brindley sends it on for Lane Hudson, trying to come cross ice. Savage trying to pick it up off the corner boards. Philip Sen will send it on. And this will get flipped out of harm's way by Bedul. And now right back in for Gavin Brindley. Tried to dance his way around Julian Bosser. Philip Sen puts it back for Bosser. Bosser getting chased there by Dylan Duke off the skate. And Oak will play it inside of his own net. Leave it there for Lane Hudson.
The first 4.5 minutes of this 3rd period by Team USA has been really crisp.
Kenny Connors heading to the front of the net and scores. Kenny Connors threw it into high gear. And Zimmerman injured on the play. as Dylan Duke throws it to the front of the net.
Lane Hudson with a really good outlet pass, and Dylan Duke takes that pass in full stride, takes it right to the net. Look, that's how quick they can make things happen. Duke grabs it to the net, and then Kenny Connors going right there as the puck slips right onto his stick. And the bank pass, and Duke cutting inside, and then the collision there with Cimarron, and Dylan Duke, you can see right there, he knows that he's made contact with him. He's got some real legitimate concern for the young German player and wants to make sure that he's okay. Terrific sportsmanship by Dylan.
Yeah, no intent. So and it's up to a 9-goal lead here. Duke will send that in. Line. So Kenny Connors gets his first of the World Junior Championship. Boucher trying to spin this up front, looking for Duke, intercepted. Cleared back up at center. Cordler gets it inside the line. 3 shots so far in this game to lead Germany for Eric Cordler. There's a shot that's turned away. Babulis getting a piece of it, cleared out at center, and right back up the ice now for Germany. Dumped in by Lutz, and he'll head to the bench on the line change. And Team USA will regroup with Captain Luke Hughes. Third angle shot. That sailed wide. Sin can't hold it in at the line. Here comes Chaz Lucius. Drops it back. Lipkin gets it down low, trying to find the stick of Jackson Blake. Picked off, and Philip Sin will play it. And up the boards it goes for Ryan Betahar. A couple of players on this German team with dual citizenship, Betahar being one of them. German and Polish citizenship. There's a chance down low. That got turned aside. And Robin Van Kolster has German citizenship along with Belgian. He was born in Belgium. Scramble along the near side board. Chaz Lucius plays it back for Ryan Ufko. Came to the side of the net. Babulis will grab it, and he will hang on to it. 13.5 left to go here in the third. USA in control.
Hey, what are we doing for the Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup this year? As much as we can! That's good! What about donating clothes? That's good. Washing cars? Got Mom an ice cream?
What does it take to be a Fitfluencer? Is it just about a 6-pack? A 12-pack to detox for days? Perfecting your selfie? Nah. Being a Fitfluencer is just getting up and showing up. And maybe inspiring someone along the way. So if you're looking for a Fitfluencer, take a look in the mirror.
That's the good life.
Dylan Duke takes a nice bank pass from Lane Hudson, and then cuts right across that blue line, stays onside, takes that pass, and then drives it right inside to the net. And then there's the collision on Sebastian Zimmerman, and the concern there.
Connors from Duke and Hudson.
Dylan Duke's younger brother Tyler plays at Ohio State. Talk about taking the Buckeye-Wolverine rivalry in-house, right into the family.
First point of the night for those 3 players. Kenny Connors, Dylan Duke, and Lane Hudson. Cutter Gauthier looking for 3. Save made. Rebound bounces in the paint. Score! Not sure who tapped it in. If it's Logan Cooley, that's him.
had on the ice, so somebody...
If it came up off the Gauthier shot, that's his third of the night. Goalie may have been the one to tap it in.
Oh, at 10-0, you start to... Another quick play up the ice, and Gauthier, now again, driving it in, great shot, and... well, Cooley comes into the crease. Yeah, that's Cooley's goal. Wow. We talked about Loden Cooley's hands and his eye-hand coordination. Wow. He is a magician with that puck on his stick. And this line now, 6 goals. Snuggerud, Gauthier, and there was no doubt that they're the USA's best line coming into the tournament, and all they've done is shown everybody why they're the best USA line.
So Barons, Hughes, Boucher, Stramel, and Chesley, the only skaters left without a point for Team USA in this game.
Got to point out the players that haven't got a point. They're just trying to point it out, right? Like not relishing in a 10-0 victory.
Well, they said Savage got the hat trick, or rather, Cooley got the hat trick.
Gauthier, the quick shot off the stick, and then it skips up. Might have gone in there, but there it is, just sitting outside the goal line, just up on Babulis, and then Cooley. Just a little tuck in there.
I'll throw Ian right under the bus. I just read what I'm given. Our stats guy.
Oh, tell me what you haven't done in the game.
So in the double digits for Team USA.
Charlie Stramel had a goal disallowed. True.
So Team USA will head to Halifax for the semifinals. They will be played on Wednesday. Finals on Thursday. Latvia winning earlier today over Austria. Game 1 of a 3-game series for relegation. So Latvia just looking for one more win to make sure that they will be in Sweden next year.
We saw a very good Latvian team. They really struggled to score. So for them to stick 5 today, the floodgates opened up big time, but they really had a really good, determined purpose to their game and just couldn't find a way to get that puck behind some pretty good goaltenders, but wasn't from lack of effort.
I think they were down 1-0 and 2-1 in that game too, so a good comeback for them. For Germany, make the quarterfinals, and now they want to get to that next level, and they'll try it again next year in Sweden. Norway will be part of that. We talk about whether it's Austria or Latvia that get relegated. Backhand try, scores! Dylan Duke turns and puts this up under the bar. And 11-0 with 11.5 to go here in the third.
Yeah, Dylan Duke just spins, and we saw him drive the net on this previous goal, but right off the face-off, and oh yeah, there's Ryan Ufko again directing the puck into traffic, and you can see that it goes off the German player right in front, and that is Leon Vanderlind. He's a little bit of discomfort, and Dylan Duke just spins on the backhand and throws it right up over the left shoulder of Richards Babulis.
7,262 for this final game here in Moncton. And again, we'll take a second to thank all the people of Moncton for their terrific hospitality. To all of us here and this TSN crew. Long floater in from the line. Klein is after it.
To say that it has been fantastic. The tournament here has been fantastic. The community has been unbelievably hospitable. It's been a great joy to spend 8 days here in Moncton.
Really has. You will go on to Halifax for the semifinals and the final there, as Canada will try to go back-to-back. Tyler Boucher with an assist, so he can come off that list.
The watch is on. Who comes off the list?
Yeah. And this will get called back on the icing call, and the 5th point of the night for Ryan Ufko. And Logan Cooley with the hat trick.
Yeah, this is the first hat trick of the tournament. Here's goal number 1 right off the bat. And Logan Cooley finds that loose puck off the shot from Ryan Ufko, and then this is the magic of those hands that Logan Cooley possesses. So the first hat trick for Team USA. If I was a betting man, I would say it would come off the stick of Gauthier, Snuggerud, or Cooley. So you got 3 gifted players like that. Gives you a lot more chances to be right.
You'd be cashing in as they cashed in if you were a betting man. Lane Hudson after it in the corner. Chaz Lucius knocks it free, and here comes Hudson. Sends it on for Blake. Blake's pass through the middle was intercepted. Back in across for Bader. Bader spins and fires. That goes off the stick. To the short side it goes, and Oak makes the save off Hordler, and he will hang on to it. World Junior Championship final day here for Moncton.
Push it, whip it, bring it, earn it, get it, got it.
Hey Siri, send Fred 20 bucks for some barbecue. He's about to get smoked.
Switch to RBC and get the new AirPods Pro at no cost.
Introducing Tri-Burst from Bell & Howell, the new LED triple panel socket light that's crazy bright. It'll transform any area from dim to ultra bright, and that's all because of its 144 high-intensity LED bulbs. Get Tri-Burst today for just $39.99. Plus, we'll even ship it to you free. But act right now and you can get a second Tri-Burst. Just pay a separate fee. So don't strain to see at night. Order Tri-Burst from Bell & Howell.
2023 World Juniors heats up with more quarterfinal action tonight as Canada takes to the ice against Slovakia. 1 semifinal spot left to be decided. Tune in 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific on TSN. Future of hockey lives here. They are setting you up for that one with the pregame show. And Oak will get a stick on that and poke it away from Heigl. And he'll hang on to it for a face-off.
Yeah, Nicholas Heigl, the puck was coming out of the U.S. zone, and it skips back in, and Nicholas Heigl, nice poke check by Andrew Oak.
Face-off, back at the line. Another shot, and Oak makes another save. Starting to feel a little more comfortable in the net now. Making a couple of real solid stops, and we'll get another face-off. Back at the line. Bedul sends this deep into the corner, centered out front. Unable to get a stick on that one was Krenning. Cleared down the ice, and Badahar goes after it, and a bit of a late call, but they are going to call it icing and bring the face-off all the way back.
Lyndon Steves, you know, Dennis, you were in UFA when the UFA Wizards went to work. Well, we're calling Lyndon Steves the Moncton Wizard. Yep, Lyndon, great work here. Keeping everybody entertained.
Nothing like some good old-fashioned organ music at a hockey game. Peter Moche overskates this. And the UFA Wizard jacket going there, too. Oswald at the line, throws this cross ice, Klein in from the left point. And Oak another save, and he will hang on to it.
This is a fantastic building, the Avenue Center. The Moncton Wildcats, who have given up their dressing room to Team USA, a fantastic facility, fantastic organization. Robert Irving, who heads it up. Well, you talk about a first-class junior operation, certainly here. Richie Tebow, the general manager, they just do fantastic work. Really good young players in the system. Certainly an organization that if they had a desire to bid for a Memorial Cup after hosting this World Junior Championship, I think they've shown that they could be great hosts. Not shown, it's clearly demonstrated unquestionably that they could be.
In St. John last spring. So Team USA up by a score of 11-0 here on Germany. Gold in 2021 for Team USA. And then eliminated in the quarterfinals in August. And getting back to the Final Four again this year. This gets banked off the boards and cleared out at center ice by Robin Van Kolster. Plays in Kolnar.
Tournament play is so interesting, Dennis, and we've seen a lot of it over the years. And, you know, the way it is now with, you know, you play, you finish in slotting in your group. You lose a game, it's not fatal. Hand pass that stops this play. It's not fatal. And, you know, Canada lost their first game to Czechia, and, you know, what's wrong with Canada? USA lost to Slovakia. Slovakia's second game in consecutive days. The U.S. wasn't really sharp, but it's one game. And, you know, you get a chance to regroup and reset. The good teams always find a way to get to the spots in a tournament where you think they should be. And I think that that's certainly the case here with Team USA. And I think Canada has done exactly the same thing in their pool as they get ready for their quarterfinal match versus Slovakia.
Largest margin of victory for Team USA in a quarterfinal game. The previous high was 7-0 over Czechia, and they did that twice in 2016 and 2013. So they have found the back of the net often here in this game against Germany. And Babulis will jump on that and hold on to it for a face-off.
Our ace director, Franklin Rubenstein, set the line here, you know, goal differential at 7.5. I think he was looking at that history, the quarterfinal match by USA, and I don't think he set the line high enough, because it seems some people took advantage of that low bar.
Look at Keita Kwap, the goaltender who came out at the end of the second period. Other than that, and it's hard for Team USA to try and stay to your game plan when you're up 11-0. But there was that stretch back half of the first period where they seemed to get a little sloppy that you showed us before the start of the second period. We talked to Jimmy Snuggerud. He mentioned they wanted to get back to the way they started the game, and they did. This gets turned over off the line. Hordler. He'll go cross ice. Wrist shot it over. Makes a good save off of Heigl.
That was close to being offside. We saw Nicholas Heigl with a real good opportunity where he got poke checked. Here's another good chance, and Andrew Oku's come in and look sharp for Team USA.
Cleared back for Jack Peart. Swinging around for Lipkin. Sam Lipkin gets it up at center. That gets broken up there by Philip Sin. Foster back in his own end. Babulis will come out and play it, and Sin will start the attack back for Germany. This will get deflected in by Bader. Quinn Bader going after it. Peart sends it around the boards. Lipkin there, leaves it there for Kenny Connors. Connors will skate it in, takes it wide. 2:27s. Connor against Bossert. Comes back to right point for Ryan Ufko. Ufko will send it cross ice, and that comes outside the line, and Jack Peart will have to to back out. Lipkin will dump it back in and head to the bench on the line change. And Sin will play it around. Logan Cooley trying to center it. Vosser's there to break it up. Vosser will play it on for Krenning. Krenning will get it off the skate and back into the USA zone for Ryan Chesley. Chesley plays it on. Lucius will play it on. Cooley goes after it. Petter Gauthier tried to cut to the middle. Snuggerud trying to chase this down at center ice. Van Kolster leaves it in behind the net. Centered up front. Oh, with a real good save in tight. Off of Krenning. Back for Van Kolster. Nice setup there by Luca Hoff. Hoff going after a loose puck, deflected away from him. And Snuggerud will carry it in. Drops for Logan Cooley. Cooley tried to get that towards the front of the net. Gauthier was there. Reverse hit by Gauthier on Krenning. It's cleared up and Krenning will skate it out. Gets to the red line, snaps it around the boards. And back for Lane Hudson. Hudson will circle back in behind his own net. Now he heads north. Sends it on for Sean Behrens. Behrens forced to the outside by Adrian Klein. Led Germany in per game ice time. Klein did. There's a turnover, but they're going to call it on the slash. And Lutz will go to the penalty box, and Team USA will go to the power play. Under 4 to go here in 3. Andrew O, real good save with the left pad.
With Eastside Mario's all you can eat, you manja, manja, manja.
Oh, Pop, they got more salad. Oh, Pop, they got more soup. Oh, Pop, they got more garlic home loaf. Manja, mama, manja. Hey, bada boo, bada bing.
Come on over. Bring your appetite. Bring a friend. Bring a few. Our home is your home. Let us give you the tour. Then you can relax. And a little later, we'll even put on a show. New Brunswick, always inviting.
Push it, whip it, bring it, earn it, get it, got it.
Hey Siri, send Fred 20 bucks for some barbecue. He's about to get smoked.
Switch to RBC and get the new AirPods Pro at no cost.
Lane Hudson's trying to toe tap the blue line, and Julian Lutz ends up on the wrong side of him, and this is what Lane Hudson can do. There's the slash and pulls down Hudson. I'll tell you what, Aaron Odler thought he might have had a breakaway and grabs that puck and the whistle blows.
So Team USA back to the power play. Blake tried to come cross ice looking for Snuggerud. Came back to the line. Ryan Ufko will play it back down low. And this will get deflected out at center ice.
I would have to think with 5 assists, Ryan Ufko has to be the player of the game for Team USA. Despite a hat trick by Logan Cooley and some other good performances. I'm kind of lobbying for Ryan Ufko to be the player of the game.
Out of University of Massachusetts Amherst.
They had a pretty good rake shot defenseman play there.
Shot scores! A short-handed goal for Luca Hoff. Terrific shot.
It was a terrific shot, and the puck skips by Jimmy Snuggerud, and Luca Hoff steps on that and then stops up and right over the left shoulder of Andrew Oak. And you know, an opportunity to celebrate a goal in a quarterfinal, and the fans here at the Avenir Center very appreciative, standing up, giving Germany a real nice round of applause. And Nice shot by Luca Hoff.
Off the crossbar and in. You said the roof might come off. It didn't come off, but certainly a nice round of applause for Luca Hoff.
I think for the roof, I think for the roof to come off, they would have had to have scored a little bit earlier. But very appreciative of the fans here. You know, you come to a tournament like this, and everybody wants to see their home country play. Canada played 2 pre-tourney games here against Sweden and against Slovakia.
Germany right back in again with Heigl.
But they have supported the teams in this Moncton pool. Germany was in the Halifax pool, and they've come over here for the quarterfinal. Just terrific support for the tournament here in Moncton.
Cutter Gauthier on the USA power play. Sends it back for Hughes and back for Gauthier. Gauthier across for Cooley. Cooley has 3 in the game. Gauthier has 2. Comes back at the line for Hughes. Cross ice, Cutter Gauthier takes it off the boards. Lets the shot go. That drifts wide. Unassisted for Luca Hoff, shorthanded. His first point of the tournament. Gauthier lets the quick shot go. Power play is over. Lutz is out of the penalty box and takes the pass and tries to find a little bit of room down the left side, but can't get around Luke Hughes. And Hughes will just send it around the boards. Cutter Gauthier on for Kenny Connors and on for Gavin Brindley. Brindley forced to the outside, puts on the brakes. Scramble at the side of the net. Gauthier gets it loose, and Babulis makes the save.
Sam Lipkin with a really good opportunity.
Everyone up, we're going to show Moncton appreciation. We're going to show New Brunswick appreciation.
Gavin Brindley with a little spin. It comes into the net area. And Kenny Connors, a real good pass over to Sam Lipkin, and Sam Lipkin snaps it off.
The fans on their feet here, showing their appreciation for what they have seen on the ice here at the Avenir Center. Glove save made by Babulis, and that's going to get another reaction from the crowd. Coming up next, Canada and Slovakia as the 2023 World Junior heats up with more quarterfinal action. Tune in 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 Pacific on TSN. The future of hockey lives here. That game about to get going in Halifax. Bouncing puck back at the line. Behrens plays it down low. Blake off the corner boards. Blake being watched by Ketchner. Ends up sending it to the corner. Comes back at the line through some traffic. Never got to the net. Savage with 2 in the game. Savage, sharp angle. Red Savage curls out of the corner. Plays this back at the line for Behrens. Behrens goes to the right side. Chesley will let this go down low for Blake. And Blake will leave it. Charlie Stramel trying to work it out of the corner. Stramel will leave it there for Blake. Blake back at the line for Behrens. On for Chesley. Down for Savage. Savage brings it to the front of the net. And it's poked away. Behrens will play it back. Stramel on for Jackson. Blake. Blake gets a little redirect there from Chesley. Cross ice it goes for Charlie Stramel. Had one disallowed earlier in the game and put that one over top the net. Back it comes at the line for Behrens. Behrens takes a quick look up at the clock. And this one will come to an end with an 11-1 win for USA.
Well, I don't think going into this game that there was a lot of doubt that the USA would win. They were really assertive in this approach, and now get ready for a semifinal showdown on Wednesday, January the 4th. And if Canada wins their game versus Slovakia in the game upcoming. USA-Canada.
We are going to send you to Halifax, Canada and Slovakia, the final quarterfinal game of the day. Players of the game, by the way, for Germany were Eric Hordler, and for Team USA, it was Ryan Ufko with 5 assists. 11-1 your final. Quarterfinal day is done. So long from Moncton.
3 quarterfinals down now, and the traditional hockey powerhouses are representing in the semifinal. Sweden with a close win over their Nordic